Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to do this look, which I would like to call a natural glam look. Now I won't lie, I did run into some problems while doing this makeup look, which I have discussed in the end of my video. So just be on the lookout for that to make sure you don't run into those problems. You know what to do before we move on. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel because it helps with the algorithm and it helps me. So like I said in my previous video that I would go ahead and color correct from now on so that we can just jump into the routine. You can literally watch any of my videos to see what I use to color correct under my eyes and around my mouth. We are actually going to move straight into foundation now. I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear, a classic. Now this is a very drying foundation for me because of my dry skin. So I'm going to add 1 drop of this Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. Adding that 1 drop of oil makes the foundation a little more dry skin friendly. And using a brush, I'll just start applying this onto my skin. This foundation is like a full coverage foundation. So when you add that oil, I don't know if you can tell, that coverage kind of reduces. So, I mean, if you want, you can obviously just build up. Now this second layer that I'm adding, I did not add any oil in it because, now the oil is kind of already sitting on my skin. I would suggest this way of layering if you want that full coverage again. So I'm going to use some concealer on my eyelids just to take care of any pigmentation that I have. And using the brush that I had color corrected with, I'm just going to spread this out. To kickstart the eyes, I'm going to use this shade which is called Buns. And this is from this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm using this NYX brush number 30. And I'm going to start applying this from my outer corner here. Like into this outer V. I'll take this above my crease and I'll join it right into the inner corner here. Just to get my inner corner a little more saturated, I'm taking some of that same shade on a pencil brush. As always with a clean brush, I'm going to start diffusing the edges a little bit. I'm also going to join this color into the beginning part of the brow here. Once again, using your clean brush, you can just go along the edges. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other eye. Once again, the clean brush and blend out the edges. Look everyone, who's made a comeback! It's Neko! Just to highlight the brow bone a bit, I'm going to mix 2 lighter shades on a pointed brush. And I'm just layering it lightly in this outer bit of the eye. I'm sorry I switched onto this palette because this one has this particular shade which I can't really find in any of the palette that I own. So I'm going to take this shade on a pencil brush like this and I'm just going to very lightly apply this just above the crease just to create some kind of definition. I just cleaned this brush on a cloth and I'll just blend all of this together in, wind swiping motions this way. Now for the center of my lid, I want to leave it kind of bare. So I'm going to use maybe a mixture of these 3 colors, something really light. And I'll just press this in the center of my lid. And what this does is it really opens up the space right there. What I'm also going to do is just look down like this. Press this all the way up here, exactly below the crease. Once again, this just helps create more definition to the eye. Next, we want some nice pop in the center of the lid, and I'm just going to use this gold shade from this Mini Lila palette from Natasha Denona. I'm just going to apply it with my finger, just mainly on the center here. You can even use your highlighter or something to create a similar effect. Now using a black pencil like this, it can be a kohl pencil, it can be a gel pencil, but it has to be black. We're going to line the upper and lower waterlines and we're also going to draw a wing. The wing does not have to be too neat because we are going to go over it with some eyeshadow. Now on that pencil brush, I am going to take a little bit of black and we're going to really smoke out this line. Very, very lightly in the inner corner as well. Just be a little careful here because we only want to smoke it out really, really tiny. Smoking out the line adds a very nice softness to this look. The top lid is now complete, and to finish the eyes, first I have to do my under eyes. So here I've taken a little bit of the concealer in the shade Natural Beige. This is from Too Faced, and we're just going to apply the concealer. Blending the concealer with that same brush that I used earlier for my foundation, especially like this side where you know, I just want to like lift the corners of my mouth. Now using this Bobbi Brown concealer brush, I'll just lightly pat this concealer and blend it outwards. If there are any harsh shadows here, using that same brush, I'll just like kind of blend the beginning of the eyeshadow here. Now it's time to set the under eyes, and I'm just going to make sure there's no creasing before I go ahead and do it. And to do this, I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier setting powder. I like to even take this powder on the sides of my nose. Kind of chisel out the nose a little bit. Now we're going to use that same Buns shade on the lower lid and kind of join it to this here. And we're going to do this on both the eyes. Once again, taking the black shadow on the pencil brush, and very gradually we'll start applying this to the outer part now here, and we're going to join this up to the wing. I just switched my brush because I wanted a little more precision, so I took something that looks like this. I had to tone down my black eyeshadow a bit, especially from the outer corner, which I did with concealers, and I kind of chiseled out the shape to what I wanted it to be, which is something like this. Now I'm just gonna do my brows. I'm gonna apply some mascara and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. I used this mascara, which I absolutely love. This thing lasts a very long time. Next is some contour. We need definitely some shape in this face. I'm going to use this one by Charlotte Tilbury, and using a dense brush like this, I'm just going to start blending this out. I really want these hollows to pop, so I won't kind of like blend it out too much. But you want to blend upwards this way. You can see how I'm kind of pushing my brush upwards, because if you take it too low, it'll drag your face down and most definitely age you. I like to also bring some, like what was left on the brush, down this way. Also add some of that to my nose on the side, and I want to join this all the way up, and very lightly I'll just blend this nose contour. I know it looks a little ridiculous right now, but trust me, after blending, it'll be fine. Remember to take your concealer brush and just go over it this way to clean up edges, just make it a little more sharper. And you can just like literally pat over it this way. Finally, next is bronzer, because we want to show like we've got some sun, right? So we're going to use this one by Chanel. I really prefer cream bronzers these days because it makes the process so easy. It really just blends right into the skin and leaves it feeling so flawless. You guys must know at this point I have run into a slight problem because some of the black eyeshadow actually fell down below here, and I really tried to fix it, but there's only so much that I can do. So just keep that in mind, be careful. We're going to use this Rare Beauty blush. I think this blush really applies nice on synthetic fluffy brush like this. On the center of the cheeks like this, I'm going to bring it really high up. And we'll also kind of obviously bring this through the brows and temples, above the brows. And a little bit on the chin as well. Apply a little concealer on my lips here because, you know, I don't really have like a cupid's bow. So that's what I like to draw. I'll quickly just use this shade as highlighter because we want to glow like a shiny disco ball. We've arrived to lips. and I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Endless Cacao Pencil just to give a little bit of shape to my lips. And finally for lips, I'm going to just use this gloss. This is Tower 28 and this is in the shade Cashew. And the very last step is to refine the texture of your face. So I'm just going to use this one by Makeup Forever. Just a pressed powder will do, and you just want to take it over any of those places where you can see where you can see some shine and texture. So usually the center of the face. You can also just lightly clean up your blush and contour bit. Alright, quickly some things you can keep in mind. Make sure you apply the black eyeshadow here carefully because you don't want to run into problems like how I ran into them. And if you want some extra hydration to your face, don't forget to go in with your favorite makeup setting spray. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoy content like this. See you guys soon and bye-bye.